Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday morning webinar with the Devon International Recruitment Alliance. My name's Carly and I'm the lead pastoral nurse. And we've got Laura. I'll let Laura and Emily introduce themselves. I'm sure you already know them.
Thanks, Carly. My name's Laura. I'm the International Project and Pastoral Support Lead, so it's nice to see you this morning.
And Emily?
Hi, my name's Emily. I'm one of the recruitment partners at the Devon Alliance International Recruitment team. Nice to see you all this morning.
Brilliant. Thank you, ladies. So this is one of our fortnightly webinars that we provide as part of the Devon International Recruitment Alliance. These webinars are for anybody, whether you're already in the process of working in Devon with us, or whether you're thinking about joining us in Devon. It's free for anybody to come along and watch. We do have our YouTube channel, Nursing in Devon, which has got the last year's webinars on there. Again, free for anyone to access. It's a very good learning resource. Please give us a like, a love, and a share on our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So I'm going to hand over to Emily, who's going to do a presentation about the recruitment process. Emily's put a bit of a personal spin on this presentation this morning, and I'm looking forward to seeing the video at the end. So as ever, please ask any questions that you have in the chat. We will answer as we go. No question is a silly question. We are here to help you and support you. So I'm going to hand over to Emily. Emily, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. So just to give a little bit of introduction to myself, I'm quite new to the team. I've only been here for about 8 weeks now, and I'm predominantly responsible for the recruitment of the nurses to Torbay Hospital, but I obviously work really closely with the other recruitment partners on the recruitment of nurses to the RD&E, North Devon and Plymouth hospitals. I've had a fantastic introduction to the team. It's been lovely to chat to all of you nurses all around the world. I've learned loads. So today's presentation is basically as a result of all the queries that I get every day. I spend a lot of my time talking to you all and dealing with questions about the process. How long does it take to get my COS? How long does the visa process take? So I'm going to try and cover all of that today. I know that you'll be at very different stages in the process, so apologies if you kind of know all this already, but I just want to recap for those people that are just at the beginning of the process. Then I'm going to just give a little bit of I'm just going to talk at the end of the presentation about the sort of geography of Devon. I think that's another thing that's come up regularly is like, where is Devon in the UK? How long does it take me to get to London, for example? How big an area is it? What's it like? So I'm just going to touch on that. And then I've just made a little video of a little sailing trip that I did at the weekend, which I'm going to play for you. So bear with me. It's not the best, but it's quite good fun. So I'm going to kick off. I'm just going to go through quickly the Devon offer for you. So why come to Devon? What can we offer you? Well, obviously we pay for your flight to the UK. You will get a welcome package, including airport transfers, bank accounts, phone cards and food vouchers when you get to us. And we'll also give you support with applying for a visa for your family, because a lot of you will want to bring your family over, perhaps, after 2 or 3 months of you being here, once you've settled. So we can give you advice on that. You'll receive paid accommodation for the first 2 months with us. And if you actually, or up to £600 if you are living with family or you find your own accommodation. But we kind of recommend that you come into our accommodation so you're with the rest of your cohort initially, just so you help you settle in. We offer you free healthcare and schooling, which is obviously fantastic in the UK. All of the hospitals in Devon are surrounded by really good schools. So if you do bring your family over, the schools are really good. We'll repay some of the essential expenses incurred before you travel. So it's really important that you hang on to receipts and things, and we can reimburse you once you get to the UK. We'll give you full OSCE training once you get to the UK and support you through the process. And we aim to do this within the sort of first three to 6 months of you being here. And obviously the OSCE will be paid for by ourselves as well. You have the opportunity to work paid overtime and extra hours if you choose. And something that we're really proud of within the Alliance is the pastoral care that you receive when you get here. We really want to wrap our arms around you and make sure that your experience in coming to the UK is as positive as possible. So that's the Devon offer. It's obviously a really attractive package. And now I'm going to go through the recruitment process for you. So what I've done here, because it is quite a lengthy process and there's a lot to get done, I've broken it into 5 steps just to sort of make it easy. And I'm giving you a sort of an idea of how long each stage will take. So you know, right, that should take that long, that should take that long. So step 1, receiving the Devon offer. So the first thing you do, you've had a look at where you want to perhaps work in the UK. You think, right, I really want to go to Devon. So the first thing you do, you get online, you go to our website and you submit your application. You'll then be contacted for interview by one of the team here at the Alliance, and then you have your interview. Now you'll be interviewed by a couple of people. It's usually 2 people on the panel, either 2 nurses or it'll be a nurse and one of the team here at the Devon Alliance. It's about a half-hour interview. You know, a combination of personal questions about your background, your career to date, and then some clinical questions as well. It's a very relaxed situation, so you mustn't get worried or nervous about it. And then we aim to let you know the outcome of the interview within the sort of first 48 hours of the interview. That's what we'd hope to be able to do, is come back to you and let you know whether you've been successful or not. And then we would email you out a Devon offer letter, and that will include things like salary information, and it will also give you a list of all the documentation that you need to provide for us. Now, the time frame on this step 1, receiving an offer, is about 2 weeks. I would say that's probably quite realistic. So moving on to step 2. So getting COS ready. So the COS, as you know, is the certificate of sponsorship. So once you get your Devon offer, you need to accept it. So just send us a quick email back saying, thank you very much. I'm definitely interested in coming to Devon. What do I do next? So then we can sort of really support you through the next stages. And this is the most important part of the recruitment process, is getting all of your documents together. I mean, I would recommend just having everything together, like your OET, your IELTS, your CBT, your proof of address, your passport, your CV, all of the documents that you will need for this process. Get them all together really quickly. Because this is the bit that can make a real difference in the timing and how quickly we can get you here. So the full list of documents will be included in that initial offer letter. You also need to provide 2 referees for us to contact to get a reference for you. Now, I would recommend at this stage, contact them, say, look, I've applied for a job in Devon. They're going to write to you. Can you please respond quickly? And just have that communication with them, because they can delay for sort of up to 2-3 weeks sometimes, and this will prevent you coming in into the UK quickly. So get in touch with them as soon as you're at this process, and once all the documents are in, you are COS ready. This can happen. I mean, I would say probably on average this is about a week, this bit, but I've known people to do it in 2 days. So get on it, get your documents ready. So moving on to step 3. So receiving your COS. So we've got all of your documents. What happens next is one of the recruitment partners, either myself or Vicky or Victoria, depending on which hospital you're going to, will contact you. So hopefully by this stage you'll have an idea of which of the hospitals you would prefer to work at, and you may not know, and actually it's probably just worth having a conversation with one of the partners, just to see kind of what your priorities are. Do you want to be near the beach? Do you want to be in a city? And then we can match you up with a hospital that most suits what you want and also what the hospital is looking for. So once you've made that decision, we can get you out a conditional offer letter, which is specific to the trust that you've been matched with. And again, this will have a little bit more detail about salary, what's included in the package, what we'll pay for, all of that stuff. It's really sort of detailed letter, which we then require you to sign and return to us. So the offer letter goes out, you return it to us, and then we can issue your COS. And actually this can take, again, a week, Depending on how quickly the trusts can come back to us with their COS as well, it could take it maybe up to 2 weeks maximum, but we hope to be able to do it in a week. So moving on to step 4. I will just point out as well the photos on all these slides I've taken myself in and around Devon. So
They're
just
so
give you
beautiful. So
that
beautiful.
one's Dartmouth on a really cloudy day, winter's day, but the sea was just amazing. Look how turquoise it is. It was just, yeah, breathtaking.
It looks
Sorry.
like Iceland, doesn't it?
I
The
know, it's
sea
just
and then like
gorgeous.
Iceland. The thing that I like about the fact that Emily's put her own pictures in is actually you can see Devon through our eyes as well. You can see what we see on our time off and everything. Like this isn't just us pulling images from Google. This is actually Devon through our eyes, which I quite like.
Absolutely. And wherever you go, I mean, I've always got my camera out because it's just every day amazes me. It really does. But
So
anyway,
picturesque. Thank
I
you. Sorry.
digress. That's all right. So step 4 of the recruitment process, applying for the visa. So once you've got your COS, you can get online and the website I've given you there, but I'm sure you'll all be aware of that. So you need to get onto the UK visa website and start your visa application. Again, most people do this amazingly quickly. And once you get to the payment part, you need to send us the link, and that comes through to myself or one of the other recruitment partners. You need to send us the link and the password so we can go on and make the payment of your visa. That happens very quickly. And what you need to do there, so then we pay, the hospital, the trust will pay for your visa. They'll let us know they've done it. We can get back in touch with you and say, look, your visa's paid, finish the application, and you can then book your biometrics appointment. And most people seem to be able to get an appointment within sort of 1 or 2 weeks. There are some countries that seem to be taking a little bit longer, but you can do that quite quickly. Again, I would say from starting application to being able to book your biometrics probably takes about a week. So the final step in the process, which is the sort of agonizing wait, really, step 5. Sorry, Laura. Laura's got involved in. Hi, Laura. Could I have the next slide, please?
I think, yeah, she's just been asked a question at the moment.
I don't think I can do it myself, can I?
No, that's okay. So remind me, where is this photo taken?
So that's Dartmouth. That's between Brixham and Dartmouth on the coast path. Hi, Laura.
I think they've just had a festival in Dartmouth,
Sorry.
haven't they?
Have they? Oh, I don't know actually.
I believe so.
And
beautiful.
Actually, this photo here is Dartmouth Castle. So as you come into Dartmouth on the water, there's a little castle and just at the mouth of the estuary. It's really, really pretty. So the last step is the getting the visa and deployment. So you've had your biometrics appointment and then you wait. You wait patiently for your visa to arrive and you keep waiting. And then you contact me and say, what's happening with visas? Because at the moment, unfortunately, because of the situation in the Ukraine, things are taking a little bit longer. And I'm hoping it's just a sort of, I'm sure it'll clear soon, because I noticed that some people's visas have started to come through in the last couple of weeks. But this is the longest part. But once your visa arrives, you can celebrate. You're on your way to Devon, and then we'll get your flight details to you, and you're on the way. But so realistically, this bit probably takes about 4 weeks, I would say, at the moment. Can happen in 3, but it's looking likely 4 at the moment. Those are the 5 steps, and just to sort of recap, have the next slide, please, Laura. Thank you very much. This is an aerial photograph of Exeter. I didn't take this. So just to sort of summarise the process. So from interview to deployment, average, I would say, is between 8 and 10 weeks. It can happen quicker, and we certainly don't want it to take any longer than that. I know that some of you are on a 12-week notice period. So obviously, those of you coming from certain countries, the process will take 12 weeks, but certainly no longer than that. So the important things, really important things in the recruitment process, documentation, absolutely imperative that you collect all of that and get it over to us as soon as possible. Any problems with any of them, get in touch and just say, look, I don't have this, and we can sort of guide you and advise you on the best way of getting certain bits of documentation that you need. Contact your referees. let them know that you need them to act quite quickly, and get those references back to the hub as soon as you can. And during this whole process, stay in touch with us, come to the webinars, drop us a WhatsApp, drop us an email, and just keep in touch, so we know that you're still interested, you're still keen, and we can just give you advice on anything that you're thinking about. We can give you advice on what it's like to come and work in Torbay, or what it's like to be in Exeter. So just keep that communication open, because I get worried if I don't hear from you. So don't be afraid to drop me a note from time to time. Ask loads of questions, ask questions to us, but also perhaps you've got friends that have already been deployed to the UK, so get in touch with them, find out what it's like, ask them what sort of clothes you'll need when you come over, because we're heading into summer now and it's glorious, but it can be quite cold here. So just get some advice on that. Do your research, get online, find out about as much about the hospitals as you can, and the areas that you're going to be working in, and get excited, because it is really exciting. So that's the recruitment process. If anyone's got any questions, put them in the chat, and we can answer them at the end. So moving on, I mean, I've just done a couple of little slides on the sort of geography of Devon, because I know that in particular some of the Indian nurses were asking, where is Devon within the UK? What are the travel distances and stuff? Because actually the UK, relatively, compared to some of the countries that you're coming from, is quite small. So the map on the left, the green map, is the UK, so England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales, and you can see Devon in the bottom southwest corner in yellow. Thank you, Laura. So that's where we are in the country. And my sister used to live in Scotland, and I used to drive up to see her, and it used to take, so Scotland's right at the top, and it used to take me about 10 hours. So from one end of the British Isles to the other, it's not actually that far. So if you've got, I know that some of you've got family and friends up in Scotland, so that's kind of the distance that we're talking about there. And the map on the right, so this is a real zoom in of that little yellow area. So that is the county of Devon, and you can see at the top you've got Barnstable, so that's where North Devon Hospital is located. Exeter is smack bang in the middle, really, and then you've got to the west you've got Plymouth, which is a city on the coast, and sort of southeast of the country, the county, you've got Torquay, so that's where Torbay Hospital is situated. So all really within reach, really. So if I go on to the next slide, I've just given you some examples of travel time between the hospitals and the locations. So as I said, London to Devon, you'll be landing into London, and it will take you about 4 hours to get to Devon. And Devon to Scotland, sort of the longest sort of distance that you'd likely travel is sort of 9-10 hours away. So yeah, quite all very doable, and the transport system is great here. If you're travelling between hospitals, I know that some of you who will be deployed to Torbay might have friends in Plymouth, so I've just given you a little idea of how long it takes to get between each of our locations. So Exeter to Torbay, 45 minutes, Exeter to Plymouth, an hour, Torbay to Plymouth, an hour, Exeter to Barnstable is an hour, and Barnstable to Torbay, which is the longest, is about an hour and a half drive. As I say, loads of buses, really good, loads of trains, really good transport network. So everything's in reach. And if you're looking for a city to go shopping in, then probably I'd recommend, go to Exeter and Plymouth, go and explore. It's all very easy to get around. And in terms of transport to work, you might be lucky enough to get accommodation actually on the hospital site, but if not, some people live outside and in the nearby town and things. Again, buses, bike, and if you're sent to sort of work in the community areas, then there will be taxis available as well. So very easy to get around. You won't get stuck anywhere. So my final slide is, I just put some silly Devon facts together, just to give you a little bit more of a kind of understanding of what it's like to be in Devon. So we're the only county in the UK with 2 coastlines. We're really lucky to benefit from the North Devon coast, which is quite rugged and big seas. So that's where people head if they want to go surfing or do some amazing coastal walks. It's a really rugged coastline, and the sea is quite rough. The south coast can get quite rough, but it's much more protected, and the seas are calmer generally. So you do your sailing there, you'd get on a paddleboard. Again, beautiful coastal walks along the 819 kilometres of coastline that we enjoy here so much. It's got the longest road network in the UK. Didn't know that, but I found that out recently. I'm not surprised. And the three main areas of urban areas, as I've said, are Exeter, Plymouth and Torbay. There are two moors, which are beautiful national parks located in Devon. One of them is Exmoor and one of them is Dartmoor. These are great fun to explore. Full of kind of reservoirs and rivers and waterfalls and ponies. They're stunning locations. And actually, when I moved down to Devon from London 20 years ago, I was absolutely blown away by the moors. They're like no other kind of landscapes that you've ever seen. So really recommend those as a day out. Understandably, it's the most popular UK holiday destination for those coming into the UK from abroad, but also people that live in the UK. Devon is by far the most popular place to come and visit in the summer holidays. We're famous for our amazing seafood, fudge, pasties and cream teas. I know that cream teas get talked a lot about in the Devon Alliance. We like to eat them. We like to talk about them. We love it in Devon, and so will you. So we're really delighted if you make Devon your choice. So now I'm going to play a little video that I made at the weekend. Actually, I've got really into sailing recently, and yeah, it's a 5-minute video. I'm not a videographer. It's pretty poor quality, but it gives you an idea of what there is to do here. You can have a look at the landscape and so on. And apologies, at one point it goes a bit squiffy, so you have to sort of turn your head to the side to enjoy the view. But anyway, it comes good at the end, so bear with it.
We can't wait. We're so excited.
Over to you.
Okay, thanks, Emily.
Was there no sound?
No sound.
So it's Sunday lunchtime here in Devon, and I have come down to the lovely fishing town of Brixham, and I'm going to do some sailing today. The sun is almost shining, it's a good wind, so I'm going to take the boat out and hopefully show you the sights of Torbay on my way. So here I go. So Brixham, as I said, is a fishing village, a fishing town really, at the southern point of Torbay. So you can see in the distance there, let's see if I can zoom in, you've got Torquay on the sort of northern point of Torbay, and then all the way around the bay you come through Paynton and then down to Brixham. It's a brilliant town. There's lots of boats, there's loads of fishing boats coming in and out. It's a great fun place, lots of restaurants, lots of cafes. It's about a 20-minute bus ride from Torquay, so if you are actually at Torbay Hospital, it's really easy to get here, and it's fantastic. It's a great day out really, and they do the best fish and chips in all of Devon down here, I think, anyway. Anyway, I'm going to get on the boat now. Here we go, this is our ride for the afternoon. Lovely little boat. Climb aboard now. Hard work. Feeling a little bit cold.
What?
It's feeling quite cold. So I'm on board now. I've got my life jacket on. Safety first. Don't want to be definitely don't want to be falling in the sea today. It's cold. So I'll be staying on the boat. My captain's just making some final checks, getting the sails ready, and then we'll be on our way. So just behind me you can see the lovely town of Brixham with all its beautiful coloured houses. It's really, really pretty, and that's part of the University of Plymouth building just there actually. So what we're going to try and do is just sort of skim the edge of Torbay so I can point out some of the sites to you as we head towards kind of the northern point of Torbay and up towards Thatcher's Rock and Anstey's Cove. Okay. Okay, we are sailing. We have left Brixton Harbour. I'm going to try and zoom in. We're quite a long way from land, but I'm going to try and go around the coast. So, from Brixton, you've got a little cove called Fishkin, which is a lovely little cove which you can moor off, and they have a really nice cafe there that does really lovely cake and stuff. And then going along, you've got Churston Cove. Churston's a nice little village in the bay. And then on to Broadsands, which is a really nice beach area. It's got lots of beach huts, cafes, and that's a really nice day out. And then moving along, you've got the beaches of Painting, so you've got Greenstone, you've got Preston Sands, quite a lot of boats out today. Slippy Jamie's doing a marvellous job of avoiding the other boats at the moment. It's got a lot of races going on. And then we're just opposite Torquay now, so you can see the big white building on the hill, and that's Torquay. So Torquay Hospital is about a half-hour walk from the coast.
We've lost sound, I think. Can't hear anything. Laura, I don't know if you're on mute, whether that's affected it.
Sorry, give me a second.
Okay. Better.
Beautiful. Absolutely lovely sailing day. It's a nice little breeze. Chopping along nicely. Good work, Jamie. So we're just arriving back into Brixham again after a good couple of hours sailing, which was lovely. The sun's out now. And just saw a steam engine going past. Probably can't see it from here, but too far away. But Devon countryside looking beautiful on a Sunday afternoon in the sunshine. So we're going to get the boat back onto the mooring now and have a nice cup of tea. There's Brixton looking really lovely in the sun. Right, I'll go and put the kettle on. So this is how you end a day at sea, with a cup of tea, scones, jam and cream, a Devon cream tea.
Love it. Oh,
That was
amazing.
really good. What
Sorry
lovely
about the
views
video.
of the boat.
It was
I know, it's gorgeous.
amazing.
Sorry about
Really
the sound as well. It was a bit windy, wasn't it? You probably couldn't hear much, but you get a
No.
general idea.
Absolutely, and it was the views. It was all about the views. Just fantastic. Thank you, Emily. So I just wondered if we could go back to slide 5. So we've had a couple of questions asking if we can reshare slide 5. And I just wondered if you might
Yep,
just
give
be
me
able
a
to
sec.
quickly go through it again, Emily.
Yeah.
Lots of questions, lots of interaction this morning on the chat, which is fantastic. So just going down through, at what point are the reimbursements done? Is it before or after the OSCE? And is it done all at once for everything or instalments? So as soon as you arrive, you can pop your reimbursements into your trust. So whichever hospital you're working for, you can get your receipts in and they will repay you and give you your reimbursements. We've had another question. Is there a WhatsApp group for people going to Plymouth? Yes, we do WhatsApp groups for every cohort, and we normally set them up about 4 weeks before you arrive in the UK. So please send us an email if you're arriving imminently and you're not in a group. Yeah, so Emily, if you could just go through step 5, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. So so this is the point at which you book your biometrics appointment. So you're going to do that. You submit all your documents, and at that point you have to just wait. You obviously submit your passport, waiting for your visa. You wait patiently for your visa to arrive. And as I said, there are delays with visas at the moment because of the unfortunate situation in the Ukraine. So just be patient with that. I know a lot of you have contacted me to see if there's anything that we can do at our end. Unfortunately, we don't have much power over the Home Office, and it is just a case of waiting and keep waiting. But as I say, this is the point at which you can do some research, talk to others, get on the WhatsApp group, chat amongst yourselves, and actually it's just quite reassuring to know that others are still waiting for their visas, because I think if you're there waiting, you probably feel like you're the only one. So chat amongst that WhatsApp group, and that'll be really reassuring for you. So when your visa arrives, it's time to celebrate. That's the final stage before you are deployed to the UK. So once the visa comes through, and you need to send that to the recruitment partner, so either to myself or Vicky or Victoria, we can get the trust to then book your flight. So as soon as that visa comes through, flights are booked, and you're on your way to Devon. But as I say, it can take 2 weeks, and at the moment we've known that it can take up to, unfortunately, up to 6. But they seem to be clearing through now, so I'm hoping it was just a bit of a blip. But just keep in touch, and yeah, just keep asking questions.
Perfect, thank you. Yeah, so just going down through the questions to make sure we haven't missed anything. Laura's been working hard in answering all of those questions. So we've answered that one. So we've answered the reimbursements ones. I think we've answered them all at the moment. That's great. Wonderful. Thank you, Emily. Really good presentation and really good top tips there for people that are currently applying to come and work in Devon. So we're just going to talk about International Nurses Day today. So we are celebrating in the office. It's International Nurses Day. We've seen lots of lovely messages come through from our nurses that are either working in Devon or due to come and work with us in Devon. So I hope you all get some opportunity today to rest. We're just going to share the Royal College of Nursing International Nurses Day video because we think it's quite a nice one. So is this a video?
Yeah, this.
Laura.
Hello, how are you? Breakfast for you.
These are the nursing staff who look after us day in and day out. We live our lives reassured that they'll be there when we need them, keeping us safe.
As you know, you had a life-saver procedure.
Leading care everywhere they're needed, from when we're young and unaware of their value, to when we're older and recognise it so clearly.
Can I help you? There we go. There she is.
Every one of us will rely on nurses, from the moment we enter the world to the moment we leave it. Not just caring for us in our homes, but caring for us if we don't have a home.
Get you some toothpaste and toothbrush.
Caring for our families.
Ben, I need to do your weight.
And caring for us as individuals.
How you doing? Do you want to follow me through?
They provide everything we need, from emergency care to looking after us longer term.
This is a good explanation to help with your life.
24 hours a day, nursing staff use their experience, knowledge and compassion to provide the expert care we need.
Okay, 2 tablets 4 times a day.
To improve our quality of life and get us back on our feet.
That's lovely.
We owe so much to these professionals for their incredible dedication through the toughest times, whom we simply can't live without.
Take a seat.
Thank you to every single member of nursing staff. We appreciate everything you've done and continue to do, today and every day.
No problem. You're welcome.
You are the best of nursing.
What a great video.
So lovely.
Videos like that always make me quite emotional, and I always feel so proud to be part of such a wonderful profession. So all of you, get some time today, do something nice to reward yourself. Remember how wonderful you all are. I'm gifting you back 20 minutes of your time, okay? So we will see you in 2 weeks for our next webinar. It's been wonderful having Emily on the webinar today to talk about the recruitment process, hugely helpful to our candidates.
Thanks, Emily. It's been amazing.
Please remember to reach out to us if you've got any questions. We're also on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. I'm going to be putting a few posts out later today in regards to International Nurses Day. Stay safe, everybody, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take
Bye,
care.
everyone. Thank
Bye,
you.
nice to see you.
Bye.
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 Bye.